It's me, Acacia Love. Today we're going to be talking about, I'm going to be talking about hospitals. Yay, everyone's favorite subject. Um, so basically, being as though I have BPD, not only BPD, I'm allergic to gluten and like digestive problems, so I have experience with hospitals. And it hasn't been pleasant. Hmm. Um, and I've noticed that I'm not the only one. So this is a big, what are you doing to the healthcare system? So basically, American hospitals have a history of screwing over their patients. There was a drug called thalidomide, and all the babies born by mothers that took this drug that doctors gave them with a prescription, they all ended up deformed. Okay, that is terrible, right? So you think that they would stop and rethink how they do things, right? No, they still decided to test on Black people and I think South Americans syphilis and not cure them. That makes me feel icky in itself. Like, so I couldn't even imagine being one of these individuals, excuse me, that partakes in this. Oh my gosh. And the practice of Black people not feeling any pain. That's definitely the most painful. So I'm going to give you a personal story, right? I went to the dentist. I went to actually like an oral surgeon because I had to have like a lot of teeth pulled, whatever. Gluten makes your bones mess up, whatever. And they forgot a root in my tooth. And my other dentist that I was going to for the dental work was like, you got to go back to them. I'm not going to do it. La da 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 da. And I was like, okay. So I go and I'm like in the waiting room and I'm thinking, oh, all right, I'm going to wait. They're like, no, just go back now. And I'm like, okay. I sit down in the chair and this individual takes like this metal thing and starts digging in my gums. And I'm like, you're not even going to numb it. I started crying and I started being loud so that other nurses would come in. And then when I said it, the nurse was like, oh yeah, I'll get you the vial, yeah. Why a dentist would do that, why anyone would do that, I'm so completely like lost. But the thing is they don't feel any remorse. All of this, no remorse. I haven't even started talking about the triangulation in the mental health systems. Like, I don't, the thought process, the mentality, like how you have to like think like this in order to continue this situation and for people to keep accepting it. I'm so confused. to the point where I understand why people don't want to go to a doctor. Don't want it, no matter how sick they are. They have to be near death to go. I think that needs to be checked. I think hospitals, I think doctors need to really stand up and put their foot down on this, because they're the ones with the control and they're the ones consenting to this. They're not thinking about, I don't know, hospitals just have a terrible way of looking at its patients. It's almost like it's like living in like the 14th century going to a dentist, but the dentist is a butcher. So those are like reasons why, a lot of the reasons why people don't trust hospitals. On top of, your elders were the ones to tell you how to stay healthy, right? But who came up with oh my God, being barefoot outside is so barbaric. Who came up with that? Not wearing shoes, not wearing clothes, so barbaric. And then, like, what, 20, 30, 40 years later, they're all like, now if you walk on the ground, you'll be centered and it'll heal you from all these things. How do y'all sleep at night? How? Like, so your grandparents threw in, either murdered or arrested the healing elders in the villages and the communities and the tribes. And now you all want to act like y'all discovered something. And then how, like, doctors know nothing about food that heals your body. So I'm figuring that whomever they are studying, whatever body, whomever that it's for specifically one group of people, one person. Because not everyone operates like that. That's so that one body, I guess, that they are studying probably doesn't need fruits and vegetables to heal, or it might not work for them. But you can't say that that's how all society works or all humans work. That doesn't make any sense. Because if I was a doctor, my prescription for, like, the common cold would be like a bunch of oranges and juice and stuff. Makes me feel better. But they don't. They overprescribe medications, specifically antibiotics. And now the bacteria is resistant to everything we have. How is that a good idea? How? Like, you guys just can't accept that the earth controls its population. The earth is like a living thing. So if it wants to get rid of you, it's going to, no matter what you do. The best thing you can do is what? Work with the ecosystem. Learn to live with the ecosystem. Because you're a part of it. You're not it. You're a part of it. because the mentality has just basically been destroying. Like, I don't think hospitals realize how much damage they're doing. Like, you're not just doing damage, you're doing long-term damage for generations. Oh, if I have, I'm not even going to say that. I'm going to say, if I have someone that has a lawsuit with a hospital in my family, and I meet 5 other people, and these 5 other people have lawsuits with hospitals and their families, come on, hospitals, you guys can do better. And I understand Corona's going on, and here's the reality. If the hospitals didn't make all the mistakes that they made in the past, this wouldn't be. So, I'm not too concerned with, my feelings, and I gotta make this look good, and there's people that need treatment and won't get treatment because of your history. I don't understand. If a person has a history of slapping you, I know for a fact you're not going to let that person slap you again. So stop expecting citizens to. Yeah. And so that's like the basic of that, right? Now, when you're dealing with the healthcare system, mental health care system, it's a nightmare, because you're hoping to win the lottery with a therapist, and just trying to find a therapist can be traumatizing in itself. You feel like you're being experimented on, because you are experimenting with yourself to figure out what works best for your moods, for just yourself in general. And it can be, I just don't understand something that's so important. Why? Clean water is not a debate. Education is not a debate. Healthcare is not a debate. So why these individuals, I just don't get it. Because, like, say for instance, you do have a therapist, right? And you have an episode and you end up in one of the behavioral health places. You're not allowed to talk to your own therapist. You're not allowed to talk to your own psychiatrist. You have to talk to whomever is there. And whomever is there, they don't know you. So it doesn't matter. You could have 15 years in with your personal therapist. If you have an episode and you go to the hospital, so they're going to review all of your medicines. They're going to, they might need to. I don't know. But that's the point. Like, it's so, and you're relying on people to do what is right and to care about their job. And I don't know. But those are, like, I understand why people have a hard time going to the doctors. Even testing on people without their consent. So my best advice, if you do have a medical emergency, is to just research and visit hospitals visit a hospital when you're not doing nothing one day, like wear your mask, blah, 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 blah. Not for any other reason, but just to see how it's going. Because if you go to somewhere and it's like a Tuesday afternoon and there's a bunch of people and nothing's happening, then you might not want to go there. If you have a problem on a Tuesday, just saying, you have to really, really voice your concerns, respect your demands, and if you like the feedback you're getting, then hey, move forward, But if you don't like the feedback you're getting, I don't suggest wasting your time on that individual doctor or practice, because it's just them. The healthcare profession is weird like that. Like, there's good doctors, there's terrible doctors. The good doctors are so much harder to find. So if you do find one, then try to stick with that one. But that's what makes it even weirder, because it's like, okay, you want to stick with this one, but it's based on my insurance, and my insurance is based on my zip code. So it's just, a lot of things you have to think about and go through when you move, when you change doctors, when you change medicines, it's like an entire thing. And I am making this video to share some of those things so that maybe you might have an easier time with the hospital, where you don't have to trust them. You just have to look for certain needs to be met. And doctors should respect that. So I hope you guys have a great day and enjoy yourselves. Yeah. Bye.